Right, guys, this one is for those trying to sell their properties to come abroad or to go abroad. You know, when I say abroad, I mean you're talking about United Kingdom, you're talking about Canada, you're talking about some parts of Europe, you're talking about the USA, you're talking about some parts of Asia as well. You know, I don't want to talk about all other parts of Europe, you know, because not everywhere you can sell your properties to travel to. Otherwise, you will prefer to go back to where you're coming from. Right. First of all, let's look at it. Is it actually worth selling properties to go to travel abroad? Okay. Is it actually worth selling your property? I'm talking about properties of millions. I'm not talking about properties of 500,000, 1 million naira, you know, things like that. I'm talking about properties from 5 million above. Okay. We have people that have been doing that. But I can't blame them, and I don't want to blame them because they do not have idea. They don't know exactly what it entails to live abroad. Okay? Right. The only thing you are running away from in Nigeria, you are running away from insecurity. You are running away from unemployment. You are running away from epileptic power supply. Okay? You are running away from police brutality. You are running away from thefts. You're running away from different kinds of things, lack of proper health services, health scheme. You're running away from lack of good education, things like that. That's exactly, those are the things you're running away from to come to the United Kingdom. Let me be specific, to come to the United Kingdom, for example. Okay? Now, because those things that I've mentioned are present, uninterrupted in the United Kingdom. Now, you want to ask yourself, is it actually worth selling those properties worth millions to come abroad? Right. It is very good. Don't get me wrong. To come abroad is good. All right. But have it at the back of your mind that coming abroad, you're going to start afresh from the cradle, from an infant. You're just going to be an infant when you get to the United Kingdom. Even if you're a multi-millionaire in Nigeria, the moment you sell those properties to come abroad, the moment you get to the United Kingdom, you become an infant. What that means is that you are starting from zero. Okay? So you're going to start from a scratch. You're going to start from, you know, talking about your accommodation, you know, leaving the country, leaving Nigeria. Perhaps you made an arrangement of where you're going to stay. I'm going to tag this video part 1 because we're not going to finish talking about it, you know, in this video. So I'm still going to come back to talk to you on the part 2. All right? Now, you probably will have arranged where you're staying. Where you're going to stay, who you're going to be living with. Right. It is always very easier to say than to, easier said than done, so they put it. Right. The person that has promised you accommodation, don't forget, can only accommodate you for a certain number of weeks before the person start bringing out attitude towards you. You know, when it comes to attitude, you are talking about bills, electricity and gas bills, because you are coming to live on that particular person, on that person's electricity, on that person's gas, on that person's, you know, water, and the bills of that person will go up. The first month, the second month, the person will definitely begin to give you attitude, regardless of your relationship with the person. Okay? Now, you are coming to the United Kingdom, for example, on a visiting visa. Okay? Which is only going to be 6 months. The first 6 months, you are on visiting. And you have to go back to the country, Nigeria, where you came from before the end of that 6 months. Otherwise, you become an illegal immigrant. Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to come abroad is bad. It's a good thing to do. You're looking for a greener pasture. It's a good place to be. But then certain things you need to put into a serious account, into a serious consideration before you take the step. Right. Don't forget that you have sold your properties worth millions, 5 millions. Have it at the back of your mind, because people believe that as soon as they get to the United Kingdom or they get to the United States, when they wake up in the morning, they open their door, there's money on the floor for them. That is always the belief. But let me clear that belief off your mind today, that to every penny you earn, to every penny, to every penny you earn, you have to work for it. Unlike in country Nigeria, somebody can send you 10,000. Somebody can send you 20,000. Somebody can send you 50,000, depending on your relationship with the person. From the United Kingdom, from United States, from Europe, they can send you money. And despite that, some of you will still say the money is still small and all of that. They can send you. But in the United Kingdom, nobody's going to give you a dime. Nobody's going to give you a penny. So to every penny, you have to work for it. That's aside. Now you are coming on a visiting visa of 6 months. Now, visiting visa will not permit you to work because you are only coming to visit. Right. The only way, you see a lot of people selling their properties to get visiting visa of 6 months. And after that 6 months, they will start looking for here and there how to get themselves some ways to start working because they need to start making money. They need to start working. The person you're living with is about to throw you out. You need to start thinking on how to further think of where you're going to be living as soon as the person throws you out of that particular property. Now, where are you going to stay? That's number one. Two, how are you going to get the papers to work? Now, the moment you left Nigeria, your people have already been rejoicing. Oh, my brother left for United Kingdom. Oh, my husband left for United Kingdom. Oh, my son left United Kingdom. First month, second month, they're expecting you to start bringing money. They're expecting you to start what? To start sending money to them because they believe as well, just like I said, that as soon as we get to United Kingdom, they will come to welcome you at the airport with a bag of money. That's the belief. Now, because of the fact that you have sold your properties, those properties are gone for good. You have used the money to buy, you're giving the money to the agency to help you to get the visa. Okay? Maybe the agency has taken 1 million, 1.2, 1.5, 2 million, depending on how much you agreed upon, has taken that money from you. Now you have brought the rest of the money as your travel allowance, BTA, like they call it. From that money, you begin to spend. You pay maybe 1 or 2 months rent. You feed. You buy your travel cards to go to 1 or 2 places. Before you know it, you see that 3 million that is left out of the 5 million that you sold your properties. That 3 million is just like £3,000. It's just like £3,000. And don't forget that that £3,000 can only pay your rent for, depending on where you live, but cannot pay your rent. If you're living in a single room, cannot pay your rent for more than 5 months. Just the rent alone. Cannot pay for more than 5 months because a room in the United Kingdom as we speak is not less than £600. So what that means is that from that 3 million, which is £3,000, you pay your rent 600 times 5. That's 5 months. The 3 million is over. You're not talking yet about your food, how you're going to be eating. You're not talking about other bills like electricity, gas, and water. You're not talking about travel cards. You're not talking about your clothes, how you're going to be looking good, your cosmetics, your toiletries, and things like that. You want to buy food, different kinds of things. The 3 million will only go on rent in for one room in just 5 to 6 months. The 3 million is gone. Now you have to start looking for papers where you have to start to work, to wake up 5 a.m., depending on the kind of job you get. Because at that time, you do not have papers. Whatever papers you are using at that time probably belong to somebody else, or you're just working with somebody who knows you are not supposed to be in the country, and that person will make life miserable for you. God bless you if the person is a Nigerian. If the person is a Nigerian, the way they will treat you because they know you do not have a legal right to be in the country, the way they will treat you. So you wake up one morning, you feel like crying, you feel like going back to the country, going back to Nigeria. But the properties you have sold, what about the properties you have sold? Where are you going to return to? So I will advise in a little way that even if you're going to come to the United Kingdom to stay, don't sell your properties. The properties that you have labored hard to get, do not sell them. Keep those properties. Look for other means to get yourself abroad if you need to. Because if anything happens, or if you do not find United Kingdom or United States pleasant enough for you to live, you have where to return to. Take, for instance, you have 2 houses in Nigeria worth millions. Now you decide to sell those houses, right, to come to United Kingdom. So that means if you go back, where are you going to be staying? You're going to be staying on the street, staying with friends that have seen that, friends that know that you've had 2 houses before. Nobody is ready to accommodate you. These are the things I need you to first of all put into account before you make step. Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying coming abroad, United Kingdom, United States, Europe is bad. It is good, but you need to have it at the back of your mind that you are coming to start afresh. You are coming to start from afresh. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you have back in Nigeria doesn't count as soon as you get to this country, as soon as you get to the United Kingdom, as soon as you get to whatever part of the world you're going to, apart from some part of Europe, apart from some countries in Europe. If you are able to find yourself in those good places in Europe, United Kingdom, and as well as United States, bless you. But have it at the back of your mind that regardless of wherever you find yourself, you are starting from from scratch. If you like, be a multi-millionaire. I've seen people who are ASP of police, Assistant Superintendent of Police back in Nigeria, who have 3 buildings in Abuja, in some other places in Lagos, but they left that job, they sold those properties to come to the United Kingdom. But I can tell you that today, they are cleaners in the United Kingdom. I know to be a cleaner in the United Kingdom, you make your money, you'll be okay, you'll be good, but you are going to have it at the back of your mind that you are starting from the scratch. You don't get it. Getting a job is not enough. Making yourself legal, that's another part. Getting the desired job, having the motivation and the enthusiasm to go to that work is another part. So these are the things you need to put into a serious consideration before you embark on such journey. Okay? Leave those properties you have. If you need to come abroad, leave those properties. Don't sell them. Because if you sell them, if you eventually don't like where you are, if you eventually don't like that country you travel to, you have nothing to return to. Keep those properties. Look for other means. If you are educated enough, you are patient enough, go on the internet to gov.uk or to the website of these countries, look for their visa requirement, be able to get those requirements, and go to the embassy yourself to appear. Rather than you pay 1.5, 2 million to an agent who is not even going to guarantee you of the visa anyways. Okay, rather than you, because you have to get the visa, you have to sell those properties, right? Why don't you go on the website of these countries, get their their requirement, their updated requirement, do it yourself if you are educated enough. If you are not educated enough, meet with people who can help you to fill the form, who can help you to put together those documents, and go there to the embassy. Present yourself. They may or may not give you, but at least you know you're not losing plenty of money. But the money you give to an agent, the money is gone. Even if you give an agent 2 million today to help you process the visa, if the visa, if it's refused, you're not going to get your money back from the agent. So guys, you need to get this at the back of your mind. I'm still going to come back for part 2, the part B. This is just the part A. The part B, I'm going to do that one to let you know the things that you need to do as soon as you get to the United Kingdom or United States. What are the steps, the first steps you need to take to legalize yourself? Don't forget to legalize, to make yourself legal in the United Kingdom is not a joke. I am not trying to scare you. I'm not even scary monger. I'm not trying to plant the fear in your heart, but then we need to let you know. In the United States, you need to be aware of what it takes to be legal. You need to be aware of what it takes to get your stay in those countries you're talking about. It's not a joke. You need to know the requirement, the prerequisite to having a stay in the United Kingdom or United States or you part of Europe. You're not going to get there and the day you get there, they give it to you. No. People spend years. And if you're not legal, if you don't have your stay, you start running extra scatter. You are not balanced. It might take you 10, 15, 20 years before you are able to get your stay, depending on that, whatever route you're following. I'm going to still discuss that with you, for you to be aware of what you're getting yourself into, for you to know why, the reason why you want to sell your property, that is it worth it to sell your properties to come abroad or not. You need to have this at the back of your mind, guys. If this is your first time, try as much as possible to follow for more, and I'll be seeing you again in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now.